Welcome back to Gone Home. So, we're currently here by ourselves. Samantha is holding a secret. For some reason, mom and dad aren't home either, but Sam seems like a pretty chill girl. She plays Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven. She grew up with the game. I'm not gonna lie, I grew up with Street Fighter and Street Fighter 2 also. So, hopefully that continues on with the story, but there's something in the attic that she doesn't want us to see. Heaven at the Edge of the World, Samantha Greenbrier, Grade 2. Story The Turtle People, Part 1. Captain Angel Alguera looked off at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship, she yelled. I thought we lost them at Horse Island, the first mate said. Looks like you thought too soon. The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck of the black ship. He yelled, Captain Allegra, you're never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise, and your father were a liar. Captain Allegra yelled back, then why do you keep following us, you imbecile? The first mate yelled out, we'll stop you, Captain Black. Will find the edge of the world, and you will see that her father was no liar. The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. Now west, she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. Grade 2, she's pretty good writing for grade 2. I'm kind of under conclusions that this isn't a horror game, but more atmospheric. But, we still haven't gotten to the attic. Jeez Louise, I do not like that. Alright, let's keep the doors open that we've gone to. Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. Plumes of smoke will rise above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of next week as part of the Forestry Service-run controlled burn of overgrown sections of the Flintlock National Forest. Forestry crews have been preparing the area for months. The burn operation will take place between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday, depending on the speed of progress, according to the Forestry Service. In addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfires in drier months, the operation will serve as a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighters personnel involved, said senior conservativist Janice Greenbrier. Ooh, so Mom, smoke will likely linger in the area through the following weekend. I think that's Mom. Now are we getting more into Mom's story upstairs? There's the light. That's just a step up and go right into this story? Notice of temporary personal transfer. To aid in the upcoming prescribed burn operation, a ranger with expertise in the procedure is being transferred to the station at Flintlock National Forest, effective 9/2/94. Please see attached personnel file. The overseeing officer at Flintlock Forestry Station, senior conservationalist Janice Greenbrier, is charged with the supervision of transferred personnel. The duration of transfer will be based upon performance evaluation as well as the recommendation of the overseeing officer. There's gotta be more light in here. Lights, is this warning over there? Jeez Louise, what did we got going on in this place? Pick up cassette case. Ratmobile, potty mouth. Nothing in it. For Sam. Oh, there's something on the inside. Flip that open, come on now. For Sam. Love Thing, S-Tab, Cherry Bomb. Don't know. No, you don't. Weird.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
Daniel keeps calling. To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenbrier, am 17 years old, and I am therefore an independent, fully functional human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own is frankly absurd. Compare with Katie, who is only 3 years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own like a human being, and since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter Samantha. Oh, I do not like this. Super Nintendo gonna be mad about this? Adventurous the Cat. Because this is totally a Super Nintendo cartridge. Oh, don't break it. It might be vintage. Chun-Li. This is like in Capcom too. Fireball. Like, come on now. This is just snooping.
We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool, cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool schmuck. I don't wanna sit around and talk about the wiper. Work does a good all day. I don't wanna wonder if you're gonna say hello.
I think she kind of went rebel after we left.
I don't wanna hear how many friends you have. I don't have any anymore. I don't want you to tell me what's so cool. I don't wanna go back to junior high school. I don't want anyone to tell me how thin I am. I don't wanna die for your fucking Kenny Creek. Okay.
Oh, sorry about your tape there, sis. Let's put it here for safekeeping. Never know when we're gonna have, I cannot do these. Do it for me. Come on. I don't know what it is. I just have to wait for a while for it to do it, because you actually have to do it. These are things that never worked for me as a kid. Alright. You saw what it was. Let me know in the comments. Ooh, we need to find a combination now. Something else down here. So name Samantha Greenbrier, year 11, period 5, shop assignment, C-. Not a challenging assignment. Metal plaque for family portrait, reasonable subject but not complex. When I said that mom and dad should be replaced with parents' names, I did not mean just add them underneath. Acceptable leveling on edges, show more pride in work. She's just straight rebelling, I think. Groove magazine, exclusive AIDS in Africa. brother 150. This is the one and only, the one me and Dad are building. Gonna go for a ride when it's done. Yeah. There's a dinosaur. Steggy. Got 2 ways into our room. The combination to a lockpick. What we got here? Sam, I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you. So English creative writing. 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship for the first year at Reed. Ooh. Goodfella High School disciplinary referral. Yeah, she's student name. Well, no, that's Yolanda DeSoto. Mr. Benchley observed Miss DeSoto wearing a t-shirt with an unacceptable image on the front, a large beer can labeled Pabst Blue Ribbon PBR. Miss DeSoto was sent to the guidance counselor's office. Actions taken by facility. Miss DeSoto was given the option to turn her shirt inside out, which we had to do in high school, change into a shirt from her gym locker, or be suspended for the rest of the day. Miss DeSoto chose suspension. Her father was called, but there was no answer and no answering machine. Miss DeSoto must return this form tomorrow, signed by her father. But her father never signed it. Just like grab beer can, or the soda can. I was like, maybe it's a beer can. Turn the TV back on, maybe something crazy will happen. Let's go in here. Board game. Cut your number. King's Labyrinth, Chapter 2, Fraying Threads. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended to the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and her first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moss and inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice, the hairs of Captain Allegra's arm stood at end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's glance. The first mate nodded silently. Ahead, following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap splitting forth otherworldly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below, skeletal in rotting robes. The king was hunched over the blue orb, toppling his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls, as he sang wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to go brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from red rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you..." But the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker. You know of dealing with mystical energies like these. I will circle the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him away on a merry chase." She held up a silk line, all traced by this invincible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid of me for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tried the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his, "Wait, no, no." The singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running ahead first into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to the top, to a stop, even from across the yawning basin. Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran, summoning his undead power. The king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dang passage, much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut. She then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she gathered the line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. She does have an imagination. I think that's all that's in her closet. Oh, Sam, and this is like 4th grade. What is that? Yeah, Sam. That's Sam, huh? No, we've got something else. Holy Bible. I don't want to hold on to that. Mitten. 1998 dry. That was their cat, or that was their dog. Alright, we are going to end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching, and next time we'll continue our exploration.